Good day, everyone. This video comes to you today from the Book of Sith. This is a topic that I found super interesting, and I hope you find it fascinating as well. Keep in mind this book is labeled as Legends, but does have some aspects that are canon today. In the Book of Sith, you'll come across a Sith Prophecy about a being who will be the Sith to rule all and destroy the Sith as well. Sith Lord Sorza Sin is the one who wrote the first section of this book that was compiled by Darth Sidious. In her writing, Sin says that the Jedi Code, which is as follows: there is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force. She says this is a code that confines the Jedi to what the Force limits them to be able to control. She says that by getting rid of your emotion, you will leave yourself confined to limited strength. She goes on to say that anger is the best way to channel your strength and unlock your true potential. Mace, speaking on this topic of what Sin wrote and says, writing in the margins of the book, he says that the Jedi Code does not confine, it provides purpose and direction. Anger may energize you, but it is an overheated, random energy that will accomplish little and leave you drained. Sin continues by saying that peace, serenity, and harmony are just restatements of the same thing, the passive acceptance of limitation, which Jedi teach and encourage. According to the Sith, passion will always defeat peace. Sin also believed that the code she helped establish for the Sith, while building their empire on Zeost, will be what helps them. Every line in the Sith code does its best at contradicting the Jedi code. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. Through victory my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. And now by comparing these two codes, we can see that the Jedi and Sith did agree on one thing. The last line in both codes can be interpreted to be the same thing. But there is no death, there is Force, and the Force shall free me. This is what led Sidious to leave his thoughts in the margins as well on the last line of the Jedi Code, saying, "This simple line of the Jedi Code does indeed contain some truth. It became my master's obsession." After Sin wrote down the Code of Sith in her text, she began to talk about how she knew of the Jedi prophecy and that a Jedi would bring destruction to the dark side and balance to the Force. This is where she mentions that the Sith have their own prophecy as well, and have had one since the time of King Adus. This prophecy speaks of the Sith'ari, a being that is so strong in the dark side they are believed to be a god of the Sith. This is what the Kasai priests have passed down from generation to generation of Sith rulers. And for those of you who don't know, the Kasai are basically the right hand of the Sith Lords. They help them understand the Sith lore and prophecy, and some of the Kasai believe that the prophecy began and ended with King Adus, while others are actually still waiting for that prophecy to be fulfilled at the time of Sin's rule. And now the prophecy states that the Sith'ari will be free of limits, the Sith'ari will lead the Sith and destroy them, the Sith'ari will raise the Sith from death and make them stronger than before. Sin believed herself to be this Sith'ari because she had been called by the Force to lead the Sith at this time. And after reading this, Sidious also felt the need to interject and wrote in the margins that his master suggested, perhaps spuriously, that Darth Bane actually fulfilled this prophecy by annihilating the old Sith order and establishing the rule of two. And he adds as well, but Bane was not free of restrictions, and as my plans unfold, I grow ever closer to unlimited power, Sidious writes. And, I found this small excerpt about the Sith Code and prophecy fascinating. As I was reading the prophecy, I couldn't help but think to myself about how Bane could have been that Sith'ari, but he also had these limitations of what Palpatine mentions. And that actually brings me to thinking about Palpatine and how he could be the Sith'ari that the prophecy foretold of. He did have one huge limitation, though. Whenever he got enraged enough in battle, he kind of grew this tunnel vision blind spot, and he was oblivious to what was going on around him. We saw this with his battle with Luke. Palpatine got so enraged that he didn't notice Vader lifting him up off the ground and throwing him down the shaft until it was too late. We also saw this with the sequel trilogy, when Rey is basically bouncing the lightning back onto him. He doesn't really notice what's going on, and by the time it's too late, he's pretty much obliterated. And so I found this book, a great read. It's something that I would suggest to anyone who wants to read more about the Sith. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment what you found interesting, and sub to the channel for more videos like this. I hope you all have a great day, and remember that the Force will be with you, always.